Are you here? I'm sorry. Can everybody hear Toastmaster Hatia?
No, just you. I think Toastmaster Hatia's microphone is having problem. It's
I
not.
cannot hear her also.
What about now? Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope you are well tonight and welcome to our joint meeting of Essential and British Toastmaster Club. My name is Hatea. I'm currently servicing as Vice President of Education. Tonight is special because it's a joint meeting between Essential and British Toastmaster Club. And so before we start, please give applause for two of us here. Yay! And ladies and gentlemen, before I start the meeting, I will please allow me to introduce and give a little bit information about what is Toastmaster International, especially for you who are being the first time in Toastmaster. 1 second, let me share screen. Okay, is it visible, the screen?
Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, great. So, yeah, what's Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen? Toastmaster is a non-profit educational organization that teach public speaking, where you can learn about not only public speaking, but also leadership through personalized module, or we call it pathways. Toastmaster, can you imagine, it's like a college. So we have 11 ways that you can choose which one you like, and each pathway have their own curriculums, and their curriculums you have to deliver the project in form of public speaking, and this benefit will shaping you in your public speaking skills. Next, in Toastmaster, there are 3 things that you have to know. So number 1 is prepared speaker by the member based on the project or pathway that they choose. Then number 2 is table topic, not only for a member, but also a guest also can join the table topic to practice English speaking. And last is evaluation, where we all can learn together about grammar, filler words, speech, etc. And ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of Toastmaster Club in their with their own priority, value, culture, but we have the same goal. They are, exercising communication and public speaking skills, demonstrating leadership within the organization, and of course, learning English. But what's the difference and I would like to introduce you the executive committee of Essential. We have Toastmaster Karina as the president and the teams. And for British Toastmaster Club, we have Toastmaster Aurel and the team. Okay, that's from me about Toastmaster Club. And we start the meeting, and I would like to introduce our Toastmaster. The meeting tonight is Toastmaster Karina. And over to you, Toastmaster Karina.
Thank you so much. Our Madam CPE from Essential Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Hatia. Right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening with the morning spirit. And thank you so much for coming to our first joint meeting, Essential Toastmaster and the British Toastmaster Clubs. It's such an honor that I just met the president about a couple of weeks ago or a weeks ago, right? Toastmaster Aurel, and both of our club has the exactly same day, which is every Thursday, first Thursday and second Thursday. And we're really glad that we can combine our meeting, which is we enhance our networking here. We can meet each other, the ESCO and member from Essential side, and also the ESCO and members from the British Toastmaster Club side. And this was such a wonderful. And also the team today also, I think is quite interesting. It's really interesting for every single in this world. Are you still single, ladies and gentlemen here? If you're not single anymore, that's really great. That's okay. We can learn a lot from you. And you can put some notion or opinion about our team today. Our team today is, why is dating life so difficult? Why? I'm not the one who made this team actually, but our beautiful PPE, the one who create this team. And what happened to you, Toastmaster Hatea? Is it reflect on your life, or you just come up relating this team to Valentine's Day?
While it's about Valentine's Day, but I would like to make a different themes because mostly about love, romantic, mostly about positive things. So I would like to make the opposite.
Oh, awesome. Great. So interesting. Thank you so much for the team. Okay. Before we go to the first session, I would love to have opinion from you guys, one or two or three people here. To what do you think about the word of dating, especially after pandemic, and also in this digital age that can affect relationship? Anybody else want to have put some comments, put some opinion about? Do you think the dating life that difficult or easy to do? If you're single, that's fine. If you're not single, also no problem. Maybe you have some share from any others single people out there. Hello, I'm tired. Thank you for coming, Toastmaster Elias. Would you mind to talk, to give your opinion and comment about our team today? How do different generation date? How do you overcome dating obstacle? Does social media affect dating nowadays? So what do you think? What about our beautiful President Aurelia from the British Toastmaster Club? What do you think about this team?
I think, in my scope of work, actually, I just finished dating. Dating what? I'm dating startups. Yeah. So it's a business dating. And dating in both romantically and business, it's very hard to find the right one. We have to try a lot of dates until we find the one that we can make them a partner. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to hear everyone's opinion about dating because I'm still single and I need some tips and tricks. Back to you, Sister Karina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aurelia Faustin. Yes, you're correct. For the single ladies or single gentlemen out there, it's still like homework for us, right? To find out the not the perfect partner, well, actually, but at least they can fit with our vibe or our personality. So, what about Toastmaster Elias from Empire Toastmaster Club? Are you still single
Hello,
too? Hello.
fellow singer is here. How are you, fellow singers? Have you got your chocolate or are you still waiting for your flower?
I
Well,
got one of the half of my students, not from the partner yet.
so what should I share, Karina?
Yeah, sure. Do you think that social media affect dating nowadays?
Oh, social media is definitely a dating site. So I got some from social media, and yeah, it is really fun to get to know people from social media, and it's totally random. It is basically like applied what I learned from table topic into dating platform or dating meeting. So yes, that's it.
Thank you. One more person, please. Maybe from our guest here. I see soon to be Toastmaster Ina. Hello, my cousins, my beautiful cousins. Oh, you are still driving. Yeah. When you're ready, you can open your mic. Where you're not ready, just keep quiet and I will come go on. I was looking for another victim. And soon to be Toastmaster Neviliana. Are you there? Soon to be Toastmaster Neviliana. Oh, not here. Okay, going one, going two, going three. Okay. Since what about our beautiful member from Toastmaster, SSL Toastmaster Asi, long time no see. Wow, it's such an ages, yeah. Not see you yet. So glad to have you here. How are you?
Hi, Toastmaster Karina. I'm good and thankfully can join again after being ages not
Congratulations
joining
for
Toastmaster
joining, by
meeting.
the way.
Thank you so much, by the way.
Oh, finally. We are so glad for your wedding. So, could you please give your opinion? Why is dating so difficult nowadays? Do you think it's difficult or easy to do for you? Since you are just married, right?
Yeah, dating is difficult for me, I think, when it is surrounded by pressure because I am not, yeah, because I think I am not again young based on Indonesian standard. I know this is just social phenomena. I think dating in my age become difficult because the social pressure is there. The social pressure always come with the questions. Yeah, it's not again the same like we are dating when we were in high school or when we were still in university when it's just dating with someone for fun purpose with in my age today that dating become harder because the pressure for how can I say that I got a huge pressure because it's not again dating just for fun but to get the partner for a serious purpose, meeting a new person with that with the huge burden with the huge burden uh become become harder when it comes into my age especially. Toastmaster Karina.
Thank you for your opinion. Yeah, yes, you are correct. You keep saying that your ages, but actually you look very very young actually. How old are you actually?
Yeah, 30
Thank you so much
something.
for
30
sharing
something.
your yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion and your experience here. And I hope it's not because most of the pressure come outside from our side, right? And then it impact our life. So makes our dating like quite heavy nowadays. But let's see. Our meeting will talk about this and the special session and table topic session which is Toastmaster Aurelia, will lead such a lot of topic that we can put more comments on it and all we can share our experience on it. All right, and then I will not alone here to lead the entire of the meeting. I have a partner my member from Essential Toastmaster who being the very first role as a general operator, Toastmaster Dion, and we'll talk about her role and his member as well, his team as a general, as a evaluator. So over to you, Toastmaster Dion.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Karina. Am I audible? Yes, I think. All right. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Welcome to the Essential Toastmaster Club. Today, I will. Kenapa sih? Ke mama dulu. So sorry. As the general evaluator, I should evaluate everything that takes place throughout the meeting. And during our meeting tonight, I will take notes on everything that's happened and doesn't happen. And at the end of the meeting, I will give my report. I think the Toastmaster is the right place to improve our speaking skill or expertise and learn together. So please don't worry when you make the mistake during your speech. Just be brave to speak up. And for to do all my duty, absolutely I'm not alone. I have my team that will support me. And without further ado, let's call our rangers tonight. And the first ranger is Toastmaster Hatea. She will take the role taker as timer and ballot counter. Toastmaster Hatea.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dion. So tonight I will deliver as a timer, and as a timer I will alert you with 3 different colors by changing my virtual background. So from prepared speaker, your time is 5 to 7 minutes. My virtual background will turn to green in minute 5, then yellow to minute 6, and red to minute 7. For table topic, your time is 1 to 2 minutes. I will turn to green in minute 1, then 1:30 and to yellow, and minute 2 to red. And for evaluation session, your time is 2 to 3 minutes. Green in 2 minutes, and then 2:30 to yellow, and minute 3 will be red. But after red, you still have 30 seconds. That makes you still able to be voted. So you are not eligible to be voted before green or after 30 seconds after red. Okay, that's all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster Dion.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hatea. Once again, as ballot counter, could you please explain again your role?
Yeah, tonight I also serving as a ballot counter. So at the end of the speech, I will share the link to the chat bot, and you can choose your favorite prepared speaker and evaluator and also table topic. Yeah, that's all from me, Toastmaster Dion. Back to you.
All right, thank you again, Toastmaster Hatea. And then the second ranger is TTM Johan. TTM Johan, are you around?
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you. So the duty as a grammarian is very funny. I like to remind everybody, technically Toastmasters is not an English club. The thing is, we need to find a format. And one of the format that we use is the language itself. But that's why in the old days, we used to call this title as Language Evaluator. Now it's reformatted to grammarian. And you know, it might be even changed because the whole idea is basically the idea of the language itself, which is a linguistic, or we as human use it. So duties of grammarian is basically 3 tasks. First is basically the usage of the language. How does everybody use it? I will make some comment because some of us, you see, there are many types of English, not just American English or British English. There's also Singlish, right? And there's also a few more you might not know. I've been to Surabaya English. Have you been to Surabaya English yet? because we have one Surabayan down there, and he always speaks it. Because when I was in Surabaya, everybody has to say, "Good morning, everybody. To another meeting today. Say." So it's basic is the language format. So I will look at the usage. Maybe there might be some, pronunciations or enunciations that might sound funny or makes the meaning itself different. The last part, which is to introduce the word of the day, because we want to use this interesting word of the day in any part of our speech. Now, the word of the day today is single. I know it mentions single as a noun, but there's 3 types of meanings in a single or synonym, which is first is adjective. Adjective is someone who's not married. They are also, consisting having only one part, like, let's say you have $10,000 and they're all in $1. So they're all in single or singles. And then there's also noun itself, which is a separate individual. So if you, what's that term, not married anymore, you are now single. Okay, that's why you have to think, is it a person? Because if you put it a noun, that means you're divorced. But if you put it as an adjective, it's basically, someone who's still dating and mingling. And last but not least is single as a verb. Single as a verb is basically, when you're playing sports, you could pronounce it, they're playing singles. That means they're playing one by one. Also such terminology where you're playing doubles and singles. There's also one more thing that we usually do at British Toastmaster Club. We also look at individualistic, but since we have such a full team in this joint meeting, I will not be doing that, but I will give a few more comments, maybe 1 or 2. But if you love to hear more about linguistic and grammarian, please do come to British Toastmaster Club as we are a joint meeting. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
All right, thank you, TTM Johan. Okay, I have the last ranger, and let's call our and WOD counter, Toastmaster Sanjung.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dion, as a general evaluator. Happy morning, my dearest fellow Toastmasters. I'm as the Rangers of Toastmaster Dion as general evaluator. I take role as and word of the day counter. And my task is to write down and to count the overused words, such as filler words, or the repeat words, such as like, in every speakers in session. And this is not to discourage you. This is just as an evaluation for the next performance. And my task is to write down the word of the day as well. So everyone, you are encouraged to say the word of the day single as much as in your speech. Please use the word of the day single as many as in your speech. That's all the explanation from me. Over to you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Dion.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sanjung. All right, that's all our rangers tonight, and I will give the control back to Madam Tom and Karina.
Thank you so much, Mr. GE, Toastmaster Dion. Well, let's start our first prepared speaking session. The first prepared speaker today is my beautiful friend, Toastmaster Deborah. She's also my best friend. And she's just new member in Toastmaster. We are really glad to have our new member here and really ready to share her life in her first speech as an icebreaker. So first of all, Toastmaster Deborah will be evaluated by Toastmaster Asi. And Toastmaster Asi, the beautiful Toastmaster Asi, will explain what the project Toastmaster Deborah is. Over to you, Toastmaster Asi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karina. Am I audible and visible?
Here you are.
Well, good night, everyone, fellow Essential and the British Toastmaster. I am beyond grateful tonight because I'm going to witness and evaluate our fresh newly member of Essential Toastmaster family. Welcome to the club, Toastmaster Deborah. And tonight, she will be kicking off her journey in Toastmaster pathway by taking innovative planning pathway, and she's ready to deliver the first project, Icebreaker project. This is also my favorite project. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get closer and have a date with Toastmaster Deborah by listening to her project on her speech? The title of the speech will be, Hello, I am Deborah. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Toastmaster Deborah. Hello, I am Deborah from Toastmaster Deborah. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters Asi. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I am quite a bit nervous now. So my name is Deborah. Nice to meet you, dear friends. This is my very first project. So when I meet new people, I like to guess where they I come from. So friends, please guess where I am come from. Put on the chat Zoom. It could be my ethnicity or city or the name of the province. Please try your best. I will back to the chat in my conclusion part of my speech. So I like to guess where the people come from to give me a hint about their background. For example, their ethnicity by their appearance, the hair, their skin color, or even the accent. So I will say this. Most of the people, when I meet them, they said I am from Kupang or entity. Or another people, sorry, they said that I come from Maluku, Molucas, or I am Ambonese. It's near there, but I come from Papua, the eastern province of Indonesia. So my father comes from Papua, my mother comes from Java, and I was born and grew up in Jakarta. So for the 28 years, I live in Jakarta. Then I decided to move to several places, different places, such as in Papua, Bali, Sydney, Australia, to pursue my master degrees. And now I back to Jakarta. It's been 3 years back here, and I think I can say that this city is my hometown. So friends, I hope your guess is correct. Later, I will back to the chat. Speaking about the Toastmasters, I know Toastmasters from my friend Toastmasters Karina. She is my friend when I was in the university. And I like to join this Toastmasters class because I think it can enhance my skill in public speaking to support my career. Talk about my career. Now I work in the local NGO that run project management in cybersecurity training, and it targets high school students or SMK specifically, and the teachers, also the university students. It's about my job. So I think the job that I'm doing right now is will be beneficial if I can speak English well and I can improve my public speaking or communication skill. So I will back to the chat. Maybe someone write down the correct answer. West Sumatra, sorry, no. Ambon Manise, no. But that's fine. So my conclusion is wherever you come from, wherever the place you are live right now, and whatever the job that you have right now, we are now in the Toastmaster and we have our own dream and goals when we sign up in the first time to join the Toastmaster. So I want to encourage all of you in here to focus on your dream and goals. And I have a quote that I hear from someone I can't remember now. It is not important when we start, but the most important is to see our improvement in our journey. So friends, keep it up. And that's from me, Toastmaster Deborah. Thank you.
Big applause for our first speaker, Toastmaster Deborah. Icebreaker, well done. I'm really glad hearing you deliver the very first speech. I know I can see some shaking sounds here, but you are really confident and I love your story. The way you delivered, we know who you are here and we feel more closer to you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. And also the quotes and the end is really punch for all of us. We not really pay attention about when we start, but we focus on the goal and the processing. Right. Thank you so much. Next on, we have Toastmaster comes all the way from Labuan Toastmaster Club, Malaysia. This visiting Toastmaster always willing to help Essential Club as a role taker, as an evaluator, and so we learned a lot from Toastmaster Azar Othman, and this is such an honor to hear again her speech in our club. But I will not the one who explain his project. Toastmaster Azar has Toastmaster Reza Mardian, our past president, who explained the project. Over to you, Toastmaster Reza.
Thank you, Madam Tom. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, fantastic. Because my speaker may have a little bit disturbance. Sorry if it sounds weird. So, fellow Toastmasters, now in a joint meeting tonight, you are in for a treat because we have a special guest coming all the way from Malaysia. Thank God for Zoom meeting. He just needs to click one link and he's here. And he is Toastmaster Azar Othman. So, this is also very special because this is his third pathway. He has finished persuasive influence and then engaging humor. And now he's exploring presentation mastery, level 1, project 1, writing a speech with purpose with a duration time 5 to 7 minutes. So I'd like to explain the project a little bit so that we understand the context on what he's going to present tonight. So speech purpose statement: to remind all to be kind even to strangers without expecting anything in return. This is a new kind of evaluation form. I just realized it. And the project purpose is for the member to learn or review basic methods for writing speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. So I know you cannot wait for Toastmaster Azar Othman. So without further ado, I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Azar Othman with the title No Big Deal, No Big Deal, Toastmaster Azar Othman. The screen is yours.
Thank you. Before I start, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. Sounds familiar? I certainly did not forget how a total stranger made me feel 40 years ago. My fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests, in 1983, my fellow students and I rented a car and went for a 2-week summer vacation to the east coast of the United States. The highlight of the trip was a stop in the city that doesn't sleep. New York, New York. We just came down from the famous Empire State Building, the one that King Kong climbed to save a girl. Remember that movie? After taking a few more photos of the concrete jungle, we get into our car and drove on. Traffic was so horrendous, we hardly moved. Then, from the side mirror, I suddenly saw a young Afro-American about my age cycling furiously towards us. Back then in the US, I was reminded that blacks are bad people and you should not get near them. So when I saw this young man, I was thinking, was he trying to hurt us? I was really scared. When he finally reached us, he pointed towards the roof of the car as if there is something wrong up there. And then he smiled. Curious, we stopped on the road shoulder and alighted from the car. Lo and behold, on that roof was a camera, my camera. Apparently, I had left it on the top of the car after taking pictures and forgotten all about it. I then tried to look for that fine young man to thank him, but he was gone. I was so ashamed of myself. How could I simply assume that a person of his skin color is bad and dangerous? Why had it not occurred to me that he might be kind instead? I learned not to judge a book by its cover. He did it so nonchalantly, as if it was no big deal. But to me, it was a big deal. If not for him, I would have lost my most prized possession and all the pictures that I've taken along the journey. Fast forward to 5 years ago. My wife and I went to a place called Ranau, the home of the tallest mountain in Malaysia, for a wedding. We checked in at a nearby motel a few hours before the event. Everything went smooth. So I thought. The next day, I drove home and arrived at about 5 in the afternoon. At home, I was surprised to see several missed calls and texts from Joey, the receptionist at the motel. She told me that I had left my iPad in the room. So I called her. If anyone you know is coming down to my place, please ask that person to bring along my iPad. But Joey had another idea. I can do better than that. I would drive down to your place myself in a few minutes to return the iPad to you. No, don't travel yourself, Joey. But she was adamant. Imagine driving alone for more than 2 hours at night, on a mountainous and dark stretches of road with some dangerous bends and slopes just to return an iPad. 3 hours later, there she was in front of my door with my iPad in her hand. I was dumbfounded by what she said next. I need to get back to my motel now. Customers checking in later tonight. Joy's level of kindness was extraordinary and beyond the call of duty. But to her, it was no big deal. I learned from Joey, if you can be kind, just do it. My kind friends, because of these and many other kind people, I also learned to be kind. To do something for others without expecting anything in return. The smile on their faces, knowing you have made a difference in their lives, is a precious gift to my soul. There is no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple. And every ripple creates a wave that is unstoppable. The next time you receive kindness, just remember how good it makes you feel. Then spread your own to others, even if they are strangers. Perhaps one day, someone, somewhere, somehow, might remember how good you make them feel. Even if to you, it is no big deal. Thank you.
Wonderful story. Big applause to our second prepared speaker, Toastmaster Azhar. Such inspiring story from you about the kindness that's fruitful, and exactly we are here as the kind people. We'll always do the kindness and share the kindness to everyone. Thank you so much for your story. It's so wonderful to hearing your story here. And the next prepared speakers, we have Toastmaster Tisa, our secretary in Executive Committee Essential Club. And Toastmaster Tisa will be evaluated by Toastmaster Doni from the British Toastmaster Club. And Toastmaster Doni, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Karina. Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Doni, and today I will evaluate one of the members from the Essential Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Tisa. She will deliver her speech from Pathway Presentation Mastery Level 2, Project 2, that is effective body language. The purpose of the project is for the members to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. Without further ado, let's welcome our speaker, Toastmaster Tisa, with a speech title, A Romantic Man is My Dream. A Romantic Man is My Dream, Toastmaster Tisa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Doni. Who dreams of have a romantic partner like me? Oh, so many smart. Why do I really dream of having a romantic man? Fellow Toastmasters, and whoever who wants to have a romantic partner, I'm Tisa, and this is my love journey. Since I was a child, I have really liked to watch the romantic genre. The book I chose was also a romantic novel. The famous one was Teen Lit. FTV was so famous at the time, and almost every night I stay up late so I didn't miss the story. And the afternoon, there was a telenovela. The famous one is Amigos, Ana, Pedro, and many movies like Titanic, Barbie, Kabut Cinta or Putri Huanzu, F4 Tomingse, and the Love, Jewel in the Palace, Full House, Itazurana Case, and also don't forget the most phenomenal Bollywood, Kuchikutai. Rahul and Julie. It turned out from what I read and watched as a child, it made me dream of having a romantic man. And so my journey of looking for a romantic man began. Every time I wanted to start and go through a relationship, I always hoped to get a romantic man. Basically, it doesn't matter how he looks like or how his weight and etc. What's matter is the romance like those I see in novel and movie. And it turned out that the dream of having a romantic man it's not easy. Some say if you want a romantic partner, you have to be romantic first. But apparently I can. It's really hard, not in then up by yourself. Suddenly, the dream came true. I got a romantic man. Yay! At the time, I was given a couple breakfast. I was given a leg with power balance and couldn't let it go because it's a sign love. He was taught to break its run off the be able to the hand. Oh yeah, the power balance like bull. It's very romantic and happy. Every day I pick him up, really make single people and LGF people jealous. I always get unexpected surprises when I came home from college. I turned out that he was already waiting for me at the bus stop in front of my faculty. And at the time, I was with a lot of friends, and the front and the opposite bus stop were very crowded. When he appeared and came to me, suddenly he knelt down and gave 3 roses in front of everyone. Crazy! Really romantic! But it turned out that the romantic incident was only temporary. Everything turned into excessive jealousy and had to be with him every day. He didn't care that I have a lot of work, not even activities that I like to do. I really feel constrained and unhappy. Every day becomes stressful and until I finally decided to go to free counseling for students in my college. Finally, I can be free from idol was a romantic man because it turned out he is toxic. I think will not last long because it's very tiring. Yes, just because he was an extra at the time in Sinetron, so maybe I was used as an experimental material for his acting. Then I uncovered them all by one by one. Turned out he was having an affair. I don't even know where I was is the first place or what. He has 3 or even 5 more girlfriends at the same time. And the 3 tubs of roses he bought in front of TPU Pondok Rangon, a flower shop in front of the cemetery area, and many more lies that he met. He is really romantic, like in novel and movie, but it's turned out that he is always romantic is many women. Since then, I believe that a romantic man in public is definitely not the romantic man I'm looking for because he's just acting and not sincere. until I finally met my current husband. I realized more and more that real romantic man is only shown is his partner alone and doesn't like doing embarrassing things in public to be considered a romantic man. Because when married, romantic is not that narrow. When couples share stories with each other every day, help each other homework, joke with each other, pray for each other, and are loyal to each other. That's real romance. And in the end, the dream of having a romantic man comes true. Believe that all positive dreams will come true in time. Don't be afraid to dream about love. Thank you.
Wow! A huge applause for our last prepared speaker, Toastmaster Tisa. Yoo-hoo! So we know that you had a relationship with a gentleman who is really expert, having a lot of Frenches nowadays we call it, yeah, Frenches relationship with 5 to 6 women. Wow, nice story, great story, and so stressful for us. Thank you so much for your story. And it's time for us to vote our best prepared speakers. But I would love to ask our Madam Timer, Toastmaster Hatia, are they eligible? Oh,
Yes,
all of them
all
eligible.
them eligible, and I also already put the link on the chat box. So please choose your favorite prepared speaker.
Let's take 45 seconds to click on it and choose your super favorite prepared speaker today. Voted? All of you has clicked on it and vote your favorite. It's quite hard for me, very difficult as a single lady here to pick one super favorite speaker because all of you guys really authentic and have super charming story to share with us here. Thank you so much. And move on to the second session. We have the president of the British Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Aurelia Oti, would like to lead the second session, which everybody here, members and guests, could join and enjoy that session. And over to you, Toastmaster Aurelia Faustin.
Hi everyone, thank you for the introduction, Toastmaster Karina. Sorry, I just got disconnected. Turns out when I opened the link, I just got out from the Zoom. All right, so this session is actually my favorite session, and thank you to Toastmaster Hatia for choosing the topic. I really love the topic. So now I have prepared some questions. So who would like to try first?
Ilios.
Elias, okay, okay. I have around 10. Please choose from 1 to 10.
I choose because today is 16. I choose 1 plus 6. 7.
7. All right. For you, why do you think it is hard to get into a relationship? If you think otherwise, please state why.
Okay. Yeah, done. So, am I audible and visible before I start? Yes? You can hear me? Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I start.
Clear.
Me plus you equals relationship. And if you think it is hard to have this kind of relationship, is because one of the aspect is missing. Me here is ready for a relationship. You? Yes, you? Are you ready? If not, there is no equal there. The equation is not there. So that's what makes it hard. And to be single, sometimes it is just like an option. Not binary option, yeah? An option. So I choose to become single. It doesn't mean that nobody wants me or I want someone but she rejects me. No. I choose single because I want to explore the world without the border. I have some of relationship in my past, not past life, but past years that I failed a lot because me here, but you are not here. So there is no equation here. Me feeling for you, but you no feeling with me. No equation there. So that's what make it hard for the relationship. Especially I have this long distance relationship. And yes, my last relation is in Hong Kong. She was a model, a cosplayer, one of the most famous one. And yes, I'm insecure. Are you? Are you want to be like her? Then you can get me to put into your equation. Back to you, TTM.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Elias. Yes, so what makes it hard is to find the person to make the equation. If there's anyone here who is single and are looking to make an equation, please contact Toastmaster Elias. All right, let's move on to our next table topic speaker. Oh, I see Toastmaster Donna. Would you like to try?
There you go. Can you hear
Hi,
me?
Toastmaster Donna. All right. Please choose from 1 to 10. 7 is already taken.
I choose 2.
Your voice is so small.
Okay, hold on. Itzy, you're so mean. Try good things for me. Hold on. Let me take my other earbud. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, all right. What would you choose from 1 to 10? Besides 7.
Ooh, I chose 2 because that's the beginning of my amen. That's the beginning of my birthday, which is the 24th.
Okay, so this is a very interesting question. What
You're
is
breaking up.
your first love story? What is your first love story? That's Mr. Donald.
You would not believe this. So, in all honesty, my very first love story is in elementary school. I mean, like most, not most, but some people, like many people. But what makes it different is that I asked them out very publicly. So, what happened was I was also like the third speaker, where I'm just very consumed by romance. All the books I was fed growing up were fairy tales and princesses. It was very hard to find moral stories like Hansel in my house. All I had were Rapunzel and Cinderella. So I had that kind of background in terms of literature. So there's this kid. He was the son of the owner of the school. But I wasn't looking at him because he was fallen. I was looking at him because he was smart, he was cute, he was capable, he was affable, a very pleasant person all around. And he always helped me because all the taller kids were teasing at me. And I put a synthetic rose, an artificial rose, inside a shoebox. And then I wrapped the whole shoebox in gift paper. And then I brought the shoebox, showed the shoebox to some people in the school bus. And there was a staircase leading up. And I said, "Hi, here's a shoebox." And I opened the shoebox, and there's a red, shining rose inside of it. And everyone was shocked. The whole entire school knew about my case with the stairs, to the point that even until we graduated, that was in second grade. When we graduated, I was still his girlfriend, even though we never got together. To this day, we're still very good friends. And I hope that you can find something as cute or at least story worthy as you did me. Thank you.
Wow, what amazing story. Oh my god, I want to experience that too. Thank you, Toastmaster Donna. That's amazing. All right, so let's move on to our next speaker. Maybe we will get more exciting stories. Please raise your hand. Would you like to try?
Hi, Faustine.
Oh yeah. Hi.
You're pressing the cable, and I think we couldn't hear a single word. It was just like so. Yeah, it's like a phone.
Hello. Now, how about
Wanna try holding the cable instead of the thing? There you go. Okay, say something.
hello?
Yeah, we could hear you, but it's a bit low. Just it's still crackling. Maybe you could use the cable to get it closer.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Okay, stable now. Yeah, way better.
All right.
What? Don't move.
Broke my earphone. Maybe. Let's try. All right. How about?
Much
What do you
better. Way better.
All right. Yeah. I hope it's not too noisy because I'm in a cafe. All right. Yeah. As long as it's better. Wait a minute. I cannot hear anyone.
Can you
Oh,
hear
yeah.
us? We can hear you clearly from here.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute.
Are you using a laptop or a hand phone?
No, I'm on my tablet. I didn't bring my laptop today. Oh, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. All right. I think we can go. Let's continue. So who would like to try next? Oh, Toastmaster Karina. Toastmaster Karina. Where? Okay. Pick from 1 to 10.
10.
10. All right. What do you think about blind dates? What do you think about blind dates?
Toastmaster Karin. Blind date.
What do I think about the blind date? Ooh, blind date. Blind date, blind, and you go to date. That's literally it means, but of course, it's not what the meaning of the blind date in this dating situation. Oh, blind date, I can say I've been there. I've been there for have such a several more than a blind date. That I met some men and the expert on that. Thank you. Not really. Yeah, I met one of my friend, my very best friend. They set the profile on me on the dating apps in 2012, if not mistaken. Yeah, it's about 10 years ago. So she set up the blind date. She's the one who set my profile and also the description about me. But when it crashed to the man that really matched for my I'd say what I really want, and then we met up. We met up not for two of us, but three of us with my friends, who's the one create the profile with me, and also she's the one who always answer the chat from this man. When we met up, I totally quiet, like in the kuburan, I can say. And then the man said like, "Why, Karin? You are so quiet. You are so chatty on the text. But when we met up together, you just nodding your head." Because I'm so shy. I met a very handsome man. At that time, I didn't expect a lot from this guy. We met up and she's tall. He is really tall and white and Chinese. And I'm speechless at that time. So the very first experience about the blind date, and few years ago, I kind of read such article on how to make the match in the blended. So nowadays, I quite, yeah, you can say expert to meet a new man. Thank you so much. That's all for me. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karina. Wow, I want you to set me up on a blind date because I'm kind of losing my hope here. Hearing about your story now, I'm really interested. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Karina. Now let's move on to our next speaker. Who would like to? Oh, Chinese man is Karina type. Who would like to try? Next, let me see. Maybe Yosakim? Yosakim, are you there?
Okay, I'm actually about to type my name, but you call me first. So, okay, let's go.
I can predict your thoughts. Alright, please from 1 to 10, besides 10, 2, and 7.
Let's take 8.
8. Okay, this is also an interesting question. Have you ever used a dating app? And what do you think about dating apps?
That's an interesting question because I just attended the joint debate session 2 days ago about using dating apps. So I personally, I've never used the dating app before. I have no plan to use dating app. And for me, dating app is just a tool to at least to bring you closer or to filter out the person that you want to date, because you can really see the effort of the people that use the dating app based on how they set up their profile picture, how they set up their bio. You can really see the effort of the people that the people give to the dating app. So, and it is make us especially in big cities, we work uh, from morning to night. We don't have time to uh, go to a date after work because we are so tired. Or instead of going into the wilderness, I can it's like if we go to blind date, we go to a jungle. But if we use dating app, it's like we go to the zoo, right? Instead of going to the jungle, we go to the zoo. So all the bad people is already filtered out. We can focus our effort at the zoo or the dating app. So it is if you if at the end of the day, it's really just a tool to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Yosaki. I think so too. And dating app are very interesting. I think I want to try too, but I'm kind of afraid. So let's put the discussion aside later on. Let's move on to our next speaker who would like to talk next. Mm, maybe one of our guests, maybe Dwi Jayanti, are you there? Hello. I don't. Oh,
Hello,
it's
hello,
me.
hello. Hello, good
Hi.
evening.
Good evening. Would you like to try
Hello.
the tema topic?
I'm sorry, I'm just it's my first time joining this Toastmaster from my friends, but I don't know why she cannot come today. So actually, like I'm so sorry if my English is not so good because some item I can understand and then some items I cannot understand. So still I try to know and I try to understand for some items.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Your English is so fluent.
Thank you.
All right. Please choose from 1 to 10.
Excuse me?
Choose from 1 to 10. Which number do you want?
7.
7 is already taken. You can choose between 1, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,
Okay,
3, 4, 5.
5.
5. All right.
Okay.
Master Dwi, when is the
Yeah.
right time to say I love you? When is the
Oh
right
my God.
time to say I love you? So, Master Dwi.
Me actually is a very loyal person, and for me, I cannot find for the what is it for the first meeting. It's very hard to say that because I have to know each other first, and then I have to know about our personality, and then maybe yes, depends on then when I feel maybe around 3 months or under 6 months after we have a get each other and then get closer and then I can feel very comfort with him and then maybe I can say that. But totally I never say the first time I say I love you, but always from the man say first I love you and then maybe I will give the feedback from him like that. Yeah, because in a relationship, maybe I'm introvert for that. Yeah, it's maybe I'm a passive person. Like, what is it? Because yeah, it's like because maybe I'm Asian. Yeah, I cannot say that because of I'm Asian, so I cannot be more proactive for something. But I feel that for the relationship, I cannot be extrovert like when I'm working or when I have a timing with my friends, something like that. In the relationship, I think it's very private. So I think we should know like each other first, and then I'm to be like what is it? So maybe like not so proactive, but I want to know his fight, his effort for the first time and then the second time, and until like we get to know each other and match and think that okay, yes, you are like that.
Thank you, Rudy. That's very right. Like it should be the guy first to say I love you than us because we need more convincing, right?
Yes,
I
totally
totally
sure.
agree with you. And I love you is a very serious word. So ladies, please note that. Alright. So maybe let's move on to our next speaker. We can are we out of time?
We still can have one more speaker.
One more, yeah. All right. Who would like to be our last sustainable topic speaker? Maybe Ina. Ina, are you there? Wait. Did you hear something like a radio? Wait.
Okay, your voice is still clear. Maybe we can try soon to be Toastmaster Leonie. How about that?
What?
Leonie. Soon to be Toastmaster Leonie Octavia.
Oh yes, yeah. Where?
She's
Toastmaster
opening.
Leonie. Hello. Hi. Hi. Would you like to try our table topics?
Okay. Can I have number 4?
Number 4. All right. What is your advice to get into a relationship? What is your advice to get into a relationship?
Okay. What is my advice to get into a relationship? I think when we go into a relationship, we should definitely know that both people are from different place and upbringing. So we should never like have any kind of expectation high to too high expectation. When we go into a relationship, we should just know each other and try to work on from that. And another advice would be, I think, to take it slow and make it all fun. And then, and be kind to each other and get to really know each other, because sometimes when we get into a relationship, we expect things too much and then we get disappointed. So yeah, that's just what I think about having a relationship. Thank you.
Thank you, Leonie. Yes, that's so true. We need to get to know to the person first because we need to know the good things and bad things so we can have a better relationship with them. Thank you so much. All right, I think this is the end of our table topic session. Thank you for everyone who have participated. So I'm going to give it back to Toastmaster Karina.
Thank you so much, our Madam Table Topic. Great job for the questions and topic you throw to us. Actually, this happened only in this month, I guess in the Valentine's Day during this week, or during this month. And when we go to another month, I don't think this topic would be suit to us anymore. Okay, right. Thank you so much. And at least we end up in the last session, which is general evaluation session. And before that, I hope you guys open the chat box and click on the form link over there. There is a form that you can choose the most favorite or the best table topic speaker, and I will leave you about 45 seconds to choose your favorite table topic speakers. Please vote. Voted? Right, thank you. Next on, our Mr. GE Toastmaster Dion will lead the last session of evaluation. And over to you, our Mr. GE Toastmaster Dion.
All right. Thank you, Madam Karina. All right. Wait a minute. Okay, let's continue our meeting. We continue to the evaluation session, and in the session, I have 3 evaluator, and the first one is TMC, who will evaluate the speech given by TM Deborah. TMC, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dion. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, yeah.
Great. I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Deborah for kicking off your first project in your pathway. And I have 2 points that I need to appreciate from your speech, and 1 point as a room for improvement for you for the next speech. I'll start from the first one. I think we all agree that Toastmaster Deborah started the speech by giving a questions instead of normally just telling the story, ladies and gentlemen. And by that, Toastmaster Deborah already practiced a simple way how to grab the audience attentions. As we already know that there are some ways how to start our speech. We can simply tell a story, or we can ask the audience to visualize something. We can deliver jokes, for example, and making a questions itself is a great way actually on how to start our speech. And Toastmaster Deborah has already practiced this way in the speech by asking, can you guess what ethnic I came from? Can you guess what my job is? Well, I think delivering speech and dating have a similarity in a way that we need to grab attention, we need to impress somebody, we need to grab a curiosity from the audience, and that thing's already practiced by Toastmaster Deborah in the speech by making us all curious about what ethnicity and what job that Toastmaster Deborah have right now. The second thing is I need to appreciate Toastmaster Deborah because Toastmaster Deborah leaves us with a simple yet very powerful quotes that whatever our ethnicity in the end, what job we have, we are all here with the same purpose. We are all member of Toastmaster and we have the same purpose to learn together and to stay together. That there are two things that I appreciate from you. And lastly, as a point for improvement in the next speech is about how to manage nervousness in the middle of the speech. Toastmaster Deborah said that in the middle of your speech, you mentioned that I am a bit nervous. Well, being nervous is normal. It means that our body and our body responds normally into fear. And the most important is how to manage this nervousness itself, how to manage the fear itself. You can practice taking a deep breathing in the middle of your speech. For example, you can practice inhale in 3 seconds and you exhale in 3 seconds while you are asking questions to your audience.
Toastmaster Asif, have you done? I think she's lost connection. All right, then we should go to the next evaluator, I think. And the second evaluator is TM Reza. TM Reza will evaluate the speech given by TM Toastmaster Azhar. Toastmaster Reza, the screen is yours. Toastmaster Reza.
Am I audible?
Right. Yes.
Okay, cool. Timer is Toastmaster Atia. Fantastic. Okay, fellow Toastmasters. What Toastmaster Azar did in his performance, he really demonstrated something or a performance like it was not a big deal. But we all know that it was a big deal because it was an enjoyable and yet it was also inspiring performance. So the way I'm going to encapsulate my evaluation is going to be divided into two. The first is what I would like to highlight what I love from Toastmasters Azar's performance. Second is what I'd like to point out how to make Toastmaster Azar performance even more beloved or even greater. So focusing on number one. Now, what I love from Toastmaster Azar's performance are two things. First is neat structure. You can tell that Toastmaster Azar really took his time in crafting and structurizing his content. You can see that he has a first story and then he comes up to the second story and then he tries to make a conclusion that only strengthen his point, which if we recall is actually very simple, to remind people to just be kind, right? So I think that message is ultimately delivered. The second thing that I love from Toastmaster Azar is how descriptive he was. Now, in a speech where you don't even provide visual aids, it's very important to be descriptive because we can't tell where are you? We can't tell what's happening. We can't tell the emotion. But Toastmaster Azar transport us like what he did, transporting us as if we're in New York City or even in a model in the middle of nowhere. So being descriptive in your speech is a very good in transporting your audience and following your through. Now, how do we make Toastmaster Azar's performance even more beloved? I have two suggestions. Number one, emotional range. Now, while I see that Toastmaster Azar had a lot of attempts in providing emotional range, I wish when he was in New York, I could feel the energy. I could feel the energized Toastmaster Azars in New York because it seems like New York just passed as, just like a name dropping kind of thing. And I wish that it could have been explored more emotionally. Or even pause to give a twist. Something when it explains that like, and then he was gone. Pause is also becomes more important if we use it correctly. And then lastly, maybe be more believable in making conversations. Like for example, when you're speaking about Joey, I honestly thought that Joey was a man until you mentioned a she. The second suggestion that I would like to point out is be more vulnerable. So you see, all the struggle that the speakers tell only makes the audience root and connect to the speaker. However, the vulnerability and the struggle that you have in your content is actually somebody else's. Somebody else's makes sacrifices to help you out and teach you to be kind. While that's inspirational, but remember, you own the stage. You are the speaker. We should be rooting for you and not this somebody else's. So let's just recap what my suggestions are. Number one, emotional range. And number two, working on more about vulnerability, and what you're good at is structure and also descriptive. But overall, it was a great speech. Thank you so much to Mas Razak and giving the control back to the general evaluator.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Reza, for your evaluation pointed to Toastmaster Azhar. And then I will call again since Toastmaster Asi has rejoined again in this meeting. Toastmaster Asi, could you please continue again your evaluation session? I think you hasn't finished it yet.
Well, thank you, Toastmaster. Sorry for
All right.
technical problem with my connection. And actually, I have delivered. Lastly, I need to once again congratulate to Toastmaster Deborah for delivering your speech. I'm waiting for your upcoming speech with other simple yet powerful speech coming from you with more, with better improvement. Yeah, I think that's all from me as the evaluator from Toastmaster Deborah, and I'll give control back to you, Toastmaster Dion, as general evaluator. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Asi. All right, let's move on to the last evaluator. I would like to call Toastmaster Doni, who will evaluate the speech given by Toastmaster Tisa. Toastmaster Doni, the screen is yours.
Okay, thank you, our GE Toastmaster Dion. Hi, Toastmaster Tisa. I would like to say congratulations for you completing your project. That was a great speech. I really enjoy your speech, and what I love most about your speech is the first one is your gesture and your body language. I like your gesture. You use physical gesture effectively, like hand gesture and body movement during the speech. You say you use some body gesture during deliver your speech, such as love signs, dance when you told about your favorite movie, Kuchi Kuchi Hota Hai, and your gesture and your body language give a big impact to your speech. It really boosts up your story. The second one is your value of speech. You deliver the speech about your personal stories, about love story, about romantic man. You told us about your past experience related to the romantic genre, right? And you share some information about your favorite film like Amigos, Titanic, Barbie, F4, and the last one of my favorite movie too, that is Kuchi Kuchi Hota Hai. You also told us about your past bad experience with the romantic man that give a bad side about the romantic man. Everyone can feel your story, and using your personal story is a really good way to keep audience attention to your speech. The third one is about your speech structure. You have a good speech structure, good opening. You open the speech with a questions about romantic, and it's a great opening to catch the attention of the audience. Body. You deliver the body of your speech in a structured way. You divide it into some parts so we can easily understand each point. And for the summary, you give the great summary to conclude all your speech so that everyone can reconnect with all your speech information that you already shared before. In a Toastmaster, we always have room for improvement. What you can improve is, I would like to see you make more eye contact to convey your emotions and elicit response from the audience. I observed that during your speech, most of your time looked to be low, below the screen or below the camera. So you cannot connect, sometimes you cannot connect with your audience. If you do that, you will make a better connection with your audience and your audience will feel engaged with your speech. Overall, you did a great speech and I'm really looking forward to your next speech. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Dian.
All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Doni. All right, Toastmaster Doni. Okay, let's move to the second session of evaluation session. I think it's role takers report, and I will call my first rangers is our grammarian TTM Johan. Please share your report, and the screen is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. I like to make a point of order. I think you're supposed to vote for the best individual evaluator. So I'm assuming it'll be in the chat box soon, right? Okay, I'm alone in that one. Nobody's answering my joke.
Yes, I will send link on the chat box soon.
There you go. Thank you very much, Madam Timer. So this is kind of fascinating. The language itself, you know, because we are all here in this room, there are no native speakers. So we're all trying to converse what our mind and what our capabilities and what abilities and also our mindset of what we're trying to say. So overall, I like to start in this thing. There's some word. It's not to say that you have to be native to be not pronounce every single word properly, but it does make funny if you pronounce things a bit off. So if you could chat, look at the chat box. How do you pronounce this? I almost misspell it, so that's a. Okay, so English is a very funny language because it's a combination of many. I believe there was like 5 languages before the old English converse. So this word itself, I know it's spelled opposite, or Javanese say opposite. But it's opposite. So there's no E. It's like the Japanese. I don't know if you guys know Japanese. How do you say this? If you want to learn Japanese, I know it's spelled alphabetically desu, but we always say Japanese. I believe it's des. I like to give a sample of other languages because you know it's a format, right? So it's kind of thing. Okay, so the word of the day. You have to it's kind of funny because some mispronounce it as single. So so which one should we use? You can use all of them, but it's fine. I mean, but I believe it's you sing and then you le or single or single. So those are another options. Okay, there's a speaker that said, I thought she said closure. It was so good to get closure, but I recalibrate myself. I think she said closer. Is it closer or closure? Closer. So yeah, you could choose that. Okay, this one is also funny. It's spelled this way, but Indonesian spelling is this one, yeah, career. Yeah? We all have career. So is it career or career or? I know it's funny. So it's your career. So you have to look at some. There's this thing when you look at the dictionary. There's how you spell it on the left, and then there's those funny symbol. Those are called the IPA, International Phonetic Alphabet. It's just all different languages say that. Now this one is you could have fun with languages. So I heard somebody said this sentence with okay, because you know maybe we are in positions where you're just trying to just say it, but pronunciation, I know it's kind of one of those funny things, wealth, but you know, I'm just okay. This one is also interesting because we always have to say this at the end. Vanally, is it correct to say vanally? No, it's finally, you finally would be fine. Yeah. And then, okay, there's two different spelling, but you read a book, genre is pronounced, I believe, is genre, which is, wait, that's an A. Why is it a ra? I did mention they took many languages. So you could have fun with words itself. And sometimes we are trying to think of words to actually explore, just be conscious of what you're trying to say. I'm not saying you have to be perfect, and you could even have fun with it, because I heard some speakers also do this in the speech. I heard beautiful phrases or good use of the language. Deborah said, it's not important where you start. I love that sentence. That is also, oh yeah, feasible and visible. Thank you very much, Azar. That's also yeah, because it's visible. There's what do you call it? There's this, you could pronounce thing too same time. Sorry, somebody was sending me a direct message, and I do have to announce this, because like, how do you pronounce this? And oh yeah, sorry, I'm sending to not everybody. I know everybody has those Excel and PowerPoint now, but you could have this two kind of spellings, but it's pronounced the same way, which is kind of weird. How do you say one flower, and the bottom one is, everybody will try to pronounce it differently from the first one, flower, but they're both the same, flower. This one is what Toastmaster Oza was saying. This is very Indonesian one. I always complain to my president. How does everybody pronounce this one? In German, it is called vehicle, because that's how it's spelled, right? Vehicle. But in English, for some odd reason, it's called vehicle. No H. But we do say that. Yeah. Anyhow, I digress. Thank you very much, Masa Azar. Azar also have so many good phrases and good uses of language. They will never forget how you make them feel. That's very true. At the end, it's not what you did, it's what you act, is how they actually felt for you, because it is an emotional thing. Human, for some reason, is all emotional. How could I assume? That's a very good word. I love that one. You cannot assume. Assume is assumption, to believe of something. She was adamant. Oh, that was a very good word. It's very descriptive. Every act create a ripple. Every ripple makes a wave. Yep, very poetic. Tisa, I love. Is it Tisa, right? I'm pronouncing it right? Okay, thank you very much. This is my love journey. That's a cute sentence in it. It's very descriptive of what she's trying to be developing the speech itself. Don't be afraid to fall in love. That is so true as human. You can never get anything perfect at first time. You have to keep on trying. Karina, all of you guys are my favorite. Why do I like the sentence? Because in the old days, because I'm basically a Gen X. Some people here are maybe a bit younger and older than me. But Gen X are always saying, oh, everyone, everybody, boys and girls, but the Zoomers like to say guys, because hey guys, it's very YouTube-y. You're quite like in the kuburan. You're quiet like in the kuburan. Yeah, that's a very good sentence. I love that. It is descriptive, and it also tells where you're from. Elias said, not a binary options. Binary, it's very, what do you call it? I think he's index person. Yeah, he's gonna go talk about the stock option now. Binary is on and off, one or two. There's a yes or no. There is no gray. There's only black and white. Donna said, oh, this one is kind of fascinating. You know how in Indonesia, we always say we like to tell the truth. So when we put in our sentence, I always say like this, to tell you the truth. apparently in some countries, especially America, they don't like that, because if you say that, that means you're lying. So Donna have because I believe I talked to Donna once. She said she was living in Chicago, so she changed it to a favorite sentence: in all honesty. So that's a very good sentence, Donna. Yosa Kim, is that Yosa? Yosa? Instead of going to the jungle, you're going to the zoo. That's a very good sentence. I can't see his face, but yeah, thank you very much. That's I don't know if you got that from the debate or you got that's a very good saying. Dwi Jayanti, I'm a passive person. She was talking about introvert and extrovert, but she's trying to be expressive and descriptive in what she's saying. I love that sentence. And then there's also there's a few more. I'll do just two more. Take It Slow by Leonie. When we get into relationships, we expect things too much. Wow, that's a very good word. There's a few more. I just do one more. The one individual evaluator, but he's not even in the room. Reza is very, what do you call it? He liked to use the word simile and metaphor. That means when you're trying to describe something else, to encapsulate my evaluation. Half the room is probably going, what the heck is that guy talking about? To encapsulate. Well, I'll double check, and I did research that. It's basically to enclose, confine, or pinpoint a specific thing. So he loved to use usage of similes such as transport the speech itself. So those are the beautiful places. Saying, I like to, maybe if I can nitpick a few things. Okay, somebody said in the beginning of the speech, good night. Okay. In Indonesia, it is very interesting, but selamat malam. Okay, I believe you cannot, because good night is basically a leaving saying. So it's this, it should be good evening. There are a few other more. Here, I'll do one or two more, but I'm running out of time and I don't want to take too much of the GE time. I think we can go. When I say that, what does that mean? That means you're going to actually move, right? So I like to rephrase that word maybe. I think we can move forward. I think we can move on. So yeah, it is one of those complex things, because you see half the time we're in this space, we're trying to think of what to say. So we're still having problem to comprehend what called our transfer of language from Indonesia to English. For me, my advice is basically just have fun. So the more you hear things, you have to simplify things. But if you want to challenge yourself, use more harder word and just experiment. And overall, development of the language itself is your honesty. And overall, what I heard today, everybody came up here, stand up here, challenge themselves. And of course, most of us here are trying to be more expressive. So do not worry if you're making a mistake. Overall, you're just another wonderful individual. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
All right, wonderful. Okay, before we move to the ranger, I have a request from Tom that we haven't take a picture. So, Madam Tom, will we take a photo first?
Thank you, Mr. GE. So for just a couple of seconds, please open your camera. I would love to take your beautiful faces here. And please stop chatting for a while. And I'm going to spin super you. And please give me the beautiful smile this night. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Well done. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. G.
All right. Thank you, Madam Tom. And let's continue again. I will call our and W Audi counter, Toastmaster Sanjung. Could you please share your report? And the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Uh, is my voice clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And my apology because my Windows is my laptop is running Windows, so I log in by my mobile phone, and I would like to give my report, but I'm unable to share about my report to you. I would like to say that all of you speech deliver speech smoothly and without horrible filler words, such as for the prepared speech session, Toastmaster Deborah, one filler word, no repeated word, Toastmaster Azam, non-filler word, not repeated words, and Toastmaster Tisa, non-filler word, not repeated words. And I don't get any word of the day single from the prepared speech speakers. Is it correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, because perhaps this is there is a missing attention from me. And for a table topic session, Toastmaster Elios two filler words and not repeated words. TM Dona one filler word not repeated words. TM Karina non-filler words not repeated words. So soon to be Toastmaster Yosakim one filler word no repeated words. So to be Toastmaster Dwi one filler word not repeated words. Soon to be Toastmaster Leonie one filler word and not repeated words. And I don't get anyone say single. Is there anyone from table topic speak that say singles? Because I'm missing it. And let's continue to evaluator, Toastmaster Asih non-filler word, not repeated words, Toastmaster Reza non-filler word, not repeated words, and Toastmaster Dona non-filler word and non-repeated words. That's all the report from me, and back report to General Evaluator, Toastmaster Doni. Over to you, Toastmaster Doni.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Sanjung. Thanks for your report. And let's move to the last session of evaluation session. All right, I'll give the general evaluation. We started the meeting at 7:04 p.m. and I think it's late for a minute. And for the introducing session is introducing session essential Toastmaster and executive committee of British Toastmaster, leading by Toastmaster Hatea as the Vice President of Education. Thank you, and you didn't forget to welcome the guests so they feel at home and comfortable in this meeting. And in the first session, we heard some wonderful speeches from Toastmaster Deborah, Toastmaster Azar, and Toastmaster Tisa. They have well prepared and well known about the time, so all of them are qualified to be voted, and that's really awesome, I think. And in the second session, the double topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Faustin, and we have 6 speakers who brave and dare to speak. And sorry to say, in the beginning, I can hear your voice clearly, Toastmaster Faustin, and we know that you have the problem with your connection and your mic, but I really appreciate that you try to fix it during in our meeting. That's good. Generally, you gave us interesting question that make us call again our wonderful memories. I mean, the most beautiful memories that we have. Then you urge us to discover our little secret. And I think that's really engaging and marvelous. And before I close my session, let's our ballot counter, Toastmaster Hatea, to announce who is the winner in this meeting tonight. Toastmaster Hatea, the screen is yours.
Okay, Toastmaster Leon. Let me share screen. Yes, so guess who our favorite speaker? Yeah, ding, 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 ding. For our prepared speaker, it goes to Toastmaster Azhar, congratulations. Next, to
Thank you.
our favorite table topic, it goes to our Madam President, Toastmaster Karina. And last but not least, the favorite of evaluator is goes to Toastmaster Doni. Congratulations, Toastmaster Doni. Yeah, thank you. That's all from me. Back to you, GE.
All right, thank you, Toastmaster Hatia, and congrats to all of you, the winner, Toastmaster Asa, Toastmaster Karina, and Toastmaster Tony. All right, overall, our meeting tonight is running well. Good work for all of us, and I think that's all from me, and I will give back the control to Tom, Madam Karina.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dio, and well done for your first time to be our general, taking the role of a general evaluator. I hope you can be the taking the more role as a Tom for the next meeting. Cannot wait for that. Well done, Toastmaster.
All right.
Right, and that's all the entire meeting. We end up with the third session, and thank you so much for our visiting member and guests as well. Well done for your trying your best in our table topic session. And I'm not the one who closed this meeting, but I will offer to the president of British Toastmaster Club to close the meeting. And before that, I would like to announce that after this meeting, I will give the link of the YouTube, the recording of this meeting. So any one of you to rewatch yourself, evaluate yourself, and anything you can do with the recording, please watch this YouTube channel of Essential. And thank you so much. Back to you. Come back over to you, Madam President from British Toastmaster, Aurel Costi.
Hi, hi everyone. I hope you can. Am I audible? All right, perfect. So thank you so much, Master Karina and all of the Essential Toastmaster Club for holding this meeting with us. This is a very fun occasion because this is our first time to a year, I guess, for a joint meeting. So I would love to have another joint meeting again with you guys because it's so fun. Thank you so much, and also thank you all for all the guests. And feel free to join the Toastmaster Club anywhere because this is where you will learn a lot of things and you can express yourself here and hear stories from others where you might not hear in other places. So I think to close this meeting, I think we can say good night, right, Toastmaster Johan? All right. How do you usually close the meeting, Toastmaster Karina? In our club, we used to use the gavel, but I don't have one here. All right, so I would like to declare the meeting closed. Yay! Yay! Thank you, everyone. See you again in the next meeting. I'm excited to see everyone in the next meeting. So hoping to see you around, or for the soon-to-be Toastmasters, looking forward to see you become a Toastmaster and deliver your icebreaker like Toastmaster Deborah.
The recording is stopped. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. See you again in the next 2 weeks.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
Bye.